You'll have no idea how excited I am this morning. We did $1,500 in weekend sales between Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We have 29 items going out. It's the biggest weekend our business has ever had. I've never even done 1,000 in a single weekend. And then we hit 1,500. So this is absolutely mind-blowing to me. We did another $350 in sales while I was sleeping last night. I'm going to save the best item for last, but we have 5 items that sold that were over $100 price point. So just crazy, crazy to think that 2 months ago this was a part-time gig and now we're pursuing it full-time and we're just seeing it explode. So stick around, check out what sold. I'm on cloud 9 right now. This Graco paint gun sold on consignment for $150. I have no cost into it and I'm splitting the profits with the owner. From the same consignment deal, I sold this softball bat for $50. Purchased this brand new dropper for $5 at a thrift store and sold it yesterday for $75. Long sleeve Fox racing shirt purchased at a garage sale for 50 cents and sold for $10. This car Sensi warmer was purchased at a thrift store for $6. I took an offer on Poshmark for $21, had it listed for $25, but you gotta move the inventory. This was an awesome buy. I purchased this Samsung HDMI splitter at a thrift store for $1 and sold it in about a week for $115. Let's take a look at some media that I bought from a store that does overstock and returns. Most of these I have more cost in than I would normally pay for, but they're all very, very high sell-through rates and things that move quickly, so I'm willing to pay a little more for them. Astrobot on PS5, paid $15 for it and sold it for $35. Nintendo Switch Donkey Kong, bought it for $7 and sold it for $40. All 9 seasons of Baywatch, these are 2 separate sales. I paid $15 a piece for them and sold them for $40 and $40. Black Ops 7, paid $15 for it, sold it for $25. All in the Family DVD set, paid $10 for it, sold it for $25. This Lego pizza truck with the instruction manual was pulled out of a storage unit. I have allotted 0 cost to this. Basically, I paid $100 for the entire storage unit. I split it with my dad, so we had $100 each. And I had one item in there, which was a big Bose speaker that I just got listed a couple days ago. I put my entire cost on that item, and then 0 on everything else because it's a $600 speaker, so I'm just going to put my cost for the unit on that one item. So I'm allotting 0 cost to this, and I sold this on eBay for $20. There were about probably a dozen completed Lego sets in that storage unit, and about $300 worth of Lego. So really cool stuff. If you guys need some Legos, go check out my store because I have a bunch that are in there and available. These 2 black lights sold for $18 a piece to the same buyer, so 36 bucks. I have $1 each in them, bought them at a garage sale. This Thermal Dynamics hand cutting guide kit, it's for plasma cutting. I bought this at an auction for $25 and I sold it on eBay for $127. New old stock camping stove. This also came out of the storage unit. I sold this for $100 in about 15 minutes. So I've already made my money back between the Lego and the camp stove in 2 days. So $100 spent on a storage unit, already in the profit. I have a $600 speaker listed. Can't get better than that. New Balance shoes. Bought these at a thrift store for $10 and sold them for $40. Bulk Pokemon cards sold on eBay for $20. I have a listing up right now for $10 for every 100 cards you buy. So somebody did 2, and it's 20 bucks for 200 cards. And I have a second Pokemon purchase for 100 cards for $10. This is 2 different listings, but all vintage Godzilla toys from the 80s. And this is a ship, and this is a bunch of little mini sets that go to various things. But sold this one for $15, this one for $20. Gonna combine the shipping and try to save the buyer some money. Volkswagen carburetor. Bought this at a garage sale for 50 cents. I listed it that I have no idea if it works. I don't have a way to hook it up to a vintage Volkswagen to test it, and I'm not a mechanic. So sold it in unknown working condition for $19. 400th anniversary King James Bible. I got this at the Goodwill bins. Everything there is sold by weight. I think the books are supposed to be like 3 for $1. My bin still weighs everything. I don't know why, so I probably paid $4 for this, but I sold it for 50 bucks. This puzzle sold for $6. It was part of a bulk buy. I have $3 into it. I hate puzzles. I will never buy puzzles again. I got about 50 of them in this bulk buy that I bought blindly. Please, please, please stay away from puzzles. These Hakes hiking boots have kind of an interesting story. I actually sold a different pair of boots on Amazon when I was selling on Amazon. This is part of the reason I don't do it anymore. The boots were returned to me and they give me something different than what I sent them. So I sent them brand new in box La Sportiva hiking boots. They sent these back. They were still new, but they were a completely different size, a completely different brand. So my cost that I'm putting into this is what I paid for the original shoes, which was $80. Again, everything that I was selling on Amazon was low margins, high cost. I'm sure there's people out there that are doing it better than I am, but I could not figure it out, so I stuck with eBay. And I sold these for $80, so they should be a wash. I sold this box of 70 empty video game cases for $37. You may not think that things like this would sell, but they do. So if you end up having games that you buy and there's games that aren't in them and you just have an empty case, throw it to the side. Make yourself a pile, and when you have enough, sell them as bulk. I told y'all that the last listing would not disappoint. This is a Casio cash register. Purchased this at a thrift store for $25. It sold last night for asking price for $275. It's working. It has the keys. This thing is awesome. I love old technology. I went to bed with $1,200 in sales over the weekend and woke up to 15. So this pushed us from that 12 to 15 almost by itself just because of the purchase price. But crazy weekend of sales.